So this is my 2009 5.5 meter Galeforce. Thought I'd make a video on it because no one else has made one on YouTube for people to see. So starting from the bow of the boat, you can see there is a bit of flare. I'm not sure on the actual degrees of the dead rise, okay, but I would be lying to say if it was a super dry boat. It is wet. It's not like the American style fiberglass center console with the big flare taper at the front. Okay, so any sort of crosswind, or if you're quartering the seas, you do get wet. Also, given that it is only a single console, not the big double console. But with the length that this boat has, it can handle pretty much anything as long as you're not afraid to get a little bit wet. Because this was a tiller steer, the fuel tank is actually in between the console and the esky, which is awesome because it is a 120 litre fuel tank, so it is, in regards to the center of gravity, in an awesome spot. However, filling it is a pain in the ass. Okay, so definitely would prefer to have a filler on the side, but that's just one of the small gripes I do have with this boat. Another gripe I would have with this boat is because Galeforce was originally designed for tough custom fiberglass boats for usually commercial crabbers or commercial fishermen. This floor, even though it's super easy to clean, is really tough on the feet, and you need a good pair of boat shoes if you're going to go out all day. Otherwise your heels and knees will be crook. Console, I have HDS 7 and HDS 9, both Gen 3s. Then the old school Mercury gauges to suit the two-stroke. Okay, from the console looking forward, heaps of open space. Okay, I am 6 foot, maybe a bit more than 6 foot, and I could easily sleep in this boat with the amount of room. Then there's a little storage compartment in the front that's insulated. That would hold a bag of ice for maybe 1.5 days to 2 days. The esky seat, not sure on the actual size of that, okay, but that holds ice really well as well. Then on the sides, okay, a little storage compartment and some custom made rod holders. Now initially this boat was actually a tiller steer, and then it was converted to a console. Okay, so they've taken the single console out of the 4.8 meter version and put that in, and you can see there, instead of running all the wires under the floor to save costs for ripping the whole floor up, they've just fiberglassed over. If we go up the front again, you'll notice some rod holders on the side. Okay, here is all where my life jackets are stored. Okay, huge compartment in there. You could put other stuff in there if you wanted, but I just throw all my safety stuff in there. It's got a 75 Merc 2-stroke, which a lot of people probably think is underpowered for this size boat, being 5.5 meters. And initially I thought that would be the same, but because this boat is so light, it actually gets along pretty good. If I was to upgrade the engine, I'd only go to a 90, because that's all I think it needs in its current state. If I did have a wider console, the double console, then maybe a 115 or something. But the 75, I can cruise comfortably at 4,200 revs, and I'm doing 23 to 25 knots depending on the conditions. One other thing I forgot to mention is it is a fully self-draining deck, and on the back here, these ball scuppers actually come from a Bonito boat. Okay, these aren't custom factory to Galeforce. They're from Bonito, which is a very similar boat brand. So just to finish up, with the sounders, Okay, I've got one transducer there, and then I have my other one, my down scan slash structure scan, mounted on the keel. If you have Gen 3s, that was the typical sounder combo. Okay, that's your regular sonar, and then down scan, structure scan, side scan, whatever you want to call it, is that bigger one, and that's been mounted on the keel. That reads at top speed being mounted there. It has no disturbance from any sort of prop wash or air cavitation being mounted there. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the little quick overview of my Galeforce. I'm sure there's heaps of stuff I've missed, and I'm sure there's heaps of stuff I haven't explained in great detail. So if you have any questions, leave a comment or you can message me. Thanks.